No, how are you here? I already played your crappy game.
You may have played my game, but you didn't enjoy my game. You must not have noticed, but I'm freaking Mario! Everyone enjoys playing my games, so until you enjoy Sunshine, I'm not leaving!
My story for Mario Sunshine starts on one fateful day where Andromeda and I were trying to figure out what game I should stream next. Then she was planning on getting Mario 3D All-Stars. I had the bright idea to stream Mario Sunshine. Thinking that this would be the easiest game I would ever stream, I hopped on, and little did I know what kind of adventure I was in for. So, let's get started with how this hellhole got made.
Hey, keep it family friendly!
Hey, why don't you just keep still and stop sliding off the dang stages? Nintendo was looking for a sequel to the massive success that was Mario 64. Nintendo would try 2 different times to make the sequel. Both would be scrapped though, although one of the games would later be reworked into Mario Sunshine. Around the time The Legend of Zelda's Majora's Mask would come out, someone by the name of Yoshiaki Koizumi, which you may remember from what is Mario Odyssey, would come up with the idea of a Mario game with a water pump. Huh, I wonder what that could be. Also around this time, the president of Nintendo at the time, Hiroshi Yamauchi, would retire, with his last order being that Mario Sunshine should start development. So, I have you to blame for all of this. Mario Sunshine would officially be announced in 2001 at a Nintendo showcase where we would see footage of Mario running around some kind of city. No FLUDD though. You see, Miyamoto, yes, the Miyamoto, was worried that someone would steal this idea, so they hid that fact until later. Yeah, someone would look at this and be like, gotta yoink that. That's gonna be mine. Koizumi would finally take the director's chair after 10 years of apprentice work. Koizumi felt a little bit nervous taking on this role, being the person to take Mario into a new generation of gaming. And finally, on July 19th, 2002, Mario Sunshine would grace our screens. So, with a new director, a new console, and a new president, how would Sunshine hold up? Well, let's find out.
Let's go!
You make me feel so much pain. Mario Sunshine is one of the most visually interesting Mario games I've played. Now, disclaimer, I am playing the 3D All-Stars version, so the graphics are enhanced a bit. But anyways, it still looks really good. The water park is just fun hopping around, and all of the secret stages always have this fun kids' toy room feel to it. The other stages play into the tropical island vibe that Mario Sunshine is trying to play into, and the water in this game just looks amazing. I actively want to jump in it, like IRL, in real life.
Gotcha, bitch!
It really is just a pleasant game to just look at. It is also a pleasant game to listen to. Mario Sunshine has some of the best music for the Mario franchise. If I were to rate it, I'd probably put it above Mario Odyssey. If you have spent any time on YouTube, you may have heard a lot of this music, not even realizing that it came from this game. At least that happened to me a lot. I would just be playing and all of a sudden go, hey, I know this track! So, let's just take a moment and give a hand to Keiji Kondo and Shinobu for composing these amazing tracks.
Nice to see you're enjoying it so far.
I might like your visuals and your music, but how about I say a little bit more on your controls? Alright, here we go, the point of no return. Mario Sunshine gameplay consists of 2 things, collecting shines to progress the game, and really crappy controls. Oh, and before you start thinking, maybe they aren't that crappy, maybe you're just bad. No. No. Just watch this. Okay, let's back it up a bit here. In Mario Sunshine, you will be going around the world, clearing away paint to unlock stages. I think this is a pretty cool way to continue the paint things from Mario 64, by the way. Once you find a stage, you can play up to 8 levels in it. Each one will give you a shine. Now, do you remember how Mario 64 needed a certain number of stars before you can unlock the next stage? Well, Mario Sunshine works in the same way, but instead of telling you, You just have to keep playing until something new pops up. And that's not all. In order to beat Mario Sunshine, you will have to beat at least 7 out of the 8 levels in every stage just in order to open the very last stage. So unlike in Mario 64, they force you to play levels that you might want to skip. What's that? You need 23 stars to move on? And this level is giving you some trouble? Just play a different stage to get your stars. Not in Sunshine though, and this will get infuriating later on. You see, there are these secret levels in these stages, and you will have to play at least 1 to 2 of them in order to make it to level 7. This may not sound that bad, but these levels are super difficult. Especially since they will take away FLUDD from you. Who's FLUDD, you may be asking? Well, he is one of your main movement mechanics in the game. Mario Sunshine has the worst 3D platforming controls I have used in forever. Mario is slippery to control. If you're in the air, it's hard to know where you're going to fall as Mario's shadow isn't directly underneath him. Instead, it's a bit to the right, like how a normal shadow would be, but this makes it so hard to tell where you're going to land, making you miss a large majority of your jumps. Thankfully, most of this is neglected with FLUDD, as you can use his jetpack mode to help you hover over an area where you're gonna land. So when they take him away, you start to quickly realize just how bad these controls can be. Mario's arsenal has also gotten nerfed in this game. You can no longer long jump, but instead you have to slide around like a penguin. You can't crouch walk in this game, which would be super helpful with these dang slippery controls. The camera doesn't help at all either. I mean, look at this! Sorry, this ride is currently under maintenance. I can see why, it's completely broken. And this isn't the end of the bugs. Just check this out. I'm literally going through the walls in this game. And this isn't a rare either. I was able to recreate this multiple times. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this fundamentally fails as a Mario game, which really sucks. But I think the concept behind it is just great, and it's so unfortunate to see it poorly executed on. Let's just take a look at the story now. Mario goes to jail. Plain and simple. That's it.
Look at this dude.
Okay, not really. Mario, Peach, and Toadsworth are going on vacation to the Delfino Islands, but upon arriving, they see a bunch of graffiti all over the island. After Mario finds a really annoying water gun, he cleans up the runway, but then is quickly apprehended and thrown in jail for causing all the graffiti. You see, there's a Shadow Mario.
Me?
No, not you! This Shadow Mario is going around posing as the real Mario and trying to get him put in jail. Well, this works. The people of Delfino Islands decide that Mario has to clean up all the paint as community service. This gives Mario a chance to catch this poser. See, Mario, that is what you are. A poser.
Quiet! Let's get to the rating.
I know. I think we should take a look at my experience with the game first. My opinion on Mario Sunshine can be pretty much summed up in a single video that I made earlier this year. Which, by the way, you should go check that out. Link is in the description. My journey begins on the title screen, where the music immediately gives me PTSD rage. I'm not kidding, by the way, I really got angry at this title screen. It kinda worried me for this playthrough. After starting up the game, I'm greeted with the first ever full voice acting for a Mario game, and to be honest, it's not that good. It feels like the delivery for each line is just kinda like slow. Thankfully, the voices match up each character well, so thank goodness for that. A little after picking myself up from those weird cutscenes, I ran over to grab FLUDD and realized that I hate this guy! FLUDD is like Navi from The Legend of Zelda, but with a much worse voice. But I might be a bit biased on the fact that I really like Navi's voice, but anyway, I grab FLUDD and I get locked up in jail. And then move on to the first stage. Yeah, I'm trying to get this done as fast as possible, guys. After making my way downtown walking fast, I quickly remember one of Mario Sunshine's biggest flaws. This camera is bad. Like, really bad. I really don't know how the N64 game got a better camera, because this one just sucks. I really don't enjoy it in the slightest. Even with my faulty camera, I meet up with the first boss of the game, which wasn't too challenging since I knew already what to do this time around. Honestly, the first stage isn't that difficult until we get to the first secret stage. Secret stages, as I said before, go hardcore in this game. They are the hardest levels in Mario Sunshine has to offer. You lose FLUDD, and you have to deal with Mario's horrible auxiliary controls. I think that's the third time I've said this, but I'm gonna keep saying it. Thankfully, I was much better at handling Mario this time around, but it was still pretty difficult. I grabbed the shine and move on to boss fight number 2. This guy is just annoying. Not hard, just annoying. That's all I have to say. I beat him after hours of running around trying to catch him, and I meet up with Shadow Mario. Shadow Mario levels are in every stage. You run around spraying him with water until he falls and then gives you a shine. After that, you're done with the stage. But in order to beat the game, you need to catch him at every single stage, so yeah, just have to do this like 7 more times. Great. Just for the sake of time, I'm going to jump to stage 3, where we get to meet the thing that haunts my nightmares. Yay! Can you guess what it is? Is it a giant caterpillar? Or could it be the Cheep Cheeps on the mirror? Or number 3, the Sandbird. Well, if you guess the Sandbird, then you would be correct. This level makes me angry. You see, you have to grab these red coins, all while staying on the Sandbird without falling off, which is easier said than done. If you've watched my Mario Sunshine Raid compilation, link in the description, then you should know how much I hated this stage. There's only really one more big moment I had in the playthrough, the secret stage that haunts me. It is my worst nightmare, and it cost me so much of my sanity while I played it. It is full of obstacles that make you realize just how bad this game is. From the sand that falls the longer you stand on it, the broken side jumps, and the dang spinning wood wheel. This wheel throws you off so many times, it drove me nuts. Oh, also I fell through the game world. Just wanted to mention it. I showed it before, but I wanted to mention it here again. Okay. Enough with the ranting and all of it. It's time to get to rating the game. Don't buy it. Big surprise there. There's so many better 3D Mario games out there, and this is not one of them, which kind of sucks. This is the most interesting Mario premise I've ever seen, and I really wish it would have been well done. It could have been one of the best Mario games of all time, but unfortunately with poor execution, it's just not worth it. But I played Mario 3D All-Stars for this. This is worth it only if you don't already own Mario 64 and Galaxy. If you're getting this just because you want to play Mario Sunshine, I would pass on it. But if you want the 3-game deal and you want to play them all on the Switch, I say go for it. Maybe even dabble with Mario Sunshine. Give it a try. I mean, I wouldn't wish that upon you, but if you want to give it a try and experience it for yourself, I always implore that you try to experience as many games for yourself and make your own opinion instead of listening to some guy on the internet talk about it. But if you are here and you do like watching me, hit that subscribe button, please. That's it. That's all I have to say for Mario Sunshine. Don't buy it if you're just playing Mario Sunshine, in my opinion. But if you want a hard game and you really want to test your might against Mario Sunshine, then good luck to you. I can't wait to see you get so angry over a Sandbird that it makes you rip your own hair out. There, Mario, I reviewed your crappy game. You can leave now. Bye-bye. You can go. Get out.
You are meant to enjoy this game, not to review it. I'll make you enjoy it if it's the last thing I do.
What's happening? What's going on?
I am sending you to the place of no return.